So good morning, another beautiful morning. So I'm going on a backpacking gravel trip next week and I'm excited for it. And in my preparations to get ready for that trip, I thought I'd better just test out how my bike handles with all the bags and gear on it. Because I've got to be honest, I've never done it before, so I don't actually know how the bike's going to handle once I've got all the loaded bags onto the bike. So I'm just going out for 20 odd miles, little bit of gravel, just to see how the bike handles, whether the bags actually stay attached, whether I need to do anything slightly different. And after that, I'll be carrying down the days to my trip. So the route for today is about a 25-mile little route around where I live, probably about a quarter of that gravel. I'm just heading over to the Marks Hall estate. For those that are familiar now, they've got some nice little back lanes and byways there. So I'll go through them on my way towards Halstead and see a few byways on the way. So I'm glad I'm testing my bike out already. I've packed it up. So I'm carrying a tent, sleeping bag and mat, a couple of air clothes for the next day. I'm really noticing the additional weight already on the bike. I'm lucky that I don't live in a hilly area, but I've just had one little climb and whew, the legs felt it already. But what I've got to try and tell myself is, I'm cycling for the day. I need to go slow, it's not a race. I'll give myself 2 days to do the route. I think it'll be about 120 miles each way, something like that. But I've got the whole day to do it. So when you break it down that way, you can go at a nice leisurely pace. I need to change the mindset while I'm riding and just enjoy myself, enjoy the scenery and take it for what it is. Sorry I'm denied about putting this section into this video. All I say is, when you ride down on gravel, just remember you're not riding on road. There are a lot of differences. Your bike will handle different. The ground's obviously going to have a lot more holes in it, a lot harder to brake due to the natural gravel or other road conditions. Now, about 3 years ago, I was on a gravel bike ride, and whilst I've fallen off my bike a few too many times to mention, the worst one was then. I didn't respect the ground I was on. I was riding too fast for my own ability, and as a result I went and head over the handlebars, landed on top of my head on some really hard ground. Thankfully, I was cycling with some friends, whereas normally I'm out on my own. Added to that miracle was there was an off-duty nurse in the middle of this place in the middle of nowhere, walking past with a first aid kit. How's your luck? So she helped patch me up. One of the lads helped me walk the 1 to 2 miles back to the nearest road, while the other lad, cracking cyclist, powered on back to the vehicle to go and get me and take me to hospital. Now, I'm not saying that if I was respectful to gravel, I wouldn't have hurt myself. I probably would have just crashed anyway. But I was going too fast for my own ability. I'd be fine on the road, but on that lane, absolutely not. So just, if you are doing it or you're thinking about doing it, because it's growing in popularity, just please be careful. But from now on, I have a permanent reminder of that accident on my face. The lines around my eyes aren't just because I've got teenage daughters, I can show you that. So I've just stopped for a moment. So I thought I'd show you my gravel bike and the setup that I'm going to be using for this ride. One of the things you might notice straight away is the fact that it's a Chinese brand, Triaero. And it'd be interesting to hear from other people what their views are with regards to these Chinese bikes. I'll talk you through it. So on the back, to carry my tent, I've got one of these Aero Spider racks. They're a little bit weighty, but to connect them, all you need to do is 2 bolts on either side. So straightforward. Just a torque setting of 4 Newton meter. What I like about them is they have, whilst you've got the rack, you have the holder, whatever that's called. And you can buy multiple ones and you can have them on the sides, or as you see here, I've just got one on the top. They are a little bit pricey, but at the same time, when you look at things like tail fin, it's a hell of a lot cheaper than that. And then the group set, I've gone for the Wheeltop GEX. That's their gravel bike, 1x system. And I'm actually really happy with the GEX system. I know there's a lot of nerves around buying the Chinese group sets in particular, but this one's been faultless. It's worked absolutely perfectly. And I think the benefit of this one in comparison to the TDS, the road version, is you haven't got the front mech. And I do think that a lot of people have had more problems with the front mech than they have with the rear. Might be wrong, might be right, but that's what I kind of see in the comments. And so yeah, the GEX has been bang on for me, no complaints whatsoever. One of the things I'm trying to perfect whilst being a YouTuber is cycling without holding the handlebars. I've never been very good at it, so I'm practicing every ride. And I'm getting there, Pete. I'm getting there. Woo! Just realised how I was contradicting myself earlier on, saying about being careful, and the fact that on the previous gravel bike, when I came off the worst, and then I'm cycling, not holding handlebars. I'm asking for trouble. The bike's enjoying me today, so next week I'll have the video up of my gravel bike backpacking adventure. I'm really excited for it, and I'm really excited to show it as well. So please come back next week and let's see how I do, whether I ever want to do it again, or whether the tent, etc. is going on eBay. Is there any rules on camping in thunder and lightning? No good.